Good morning, YouTube. Can you believe it's July already? I mean, it is really, really hot here. We in England, once it gets over 30 degrees Celsius, we're like, oh no, it's a heat wave, and we'll just melt. It's a bit like when we get a tiny bit of snow, the country grinds to a halt. We don't deal with extremes well. And to be honest, our extremes are probably not the extremes of most of the rest of the world. But there you go. But yeah, it's halfway through the year already. It feels like Christmas just happened. Probably in part that's due to me having caught up with about 6 months of floss tube over the past month. I was mired somewhere in January last time I spoke to you, I believe, and now I'm caught up officially. I don't know what I'm rambling about. Can I firstly say thank you so much to everyone who commented on my last video and gave me support and good wishes and all of that, because I really needed it. So I'm really, really grateful to this community for everything, as I keep saying, because it remains to be true. I have had a very productive month. I've been a bit obsessive in my cross stitching. I think I've been trying to drown stuff, trying to drown out real life, as it were. Unfortunately, if I cross stitch obsessively for 2 days, then I have to spend 2 days recovering from my obsessive cross stitching, where I am so exhausted I can't do anything. But you know, I still got stuff done. I have 4 finishes, 3 of which are fully finished objects, FFOs, and I have 5 new starts, 2 of which I did finish, so they're included in the finishes. I mean, they're not huge finishes. I can't even say the word finish. They're not huge finishes, but a finish is a finish, right? And so what should I start with? Let me start with my haul, because I actually have nothing to show you. However, no, that is a lie. I have some heaven and earth design patterns to show you. Let me finish my train of thought before I forget. I think I survived 2 weeks from my last WIP update, and then I caved and I bought the chatelaine material packs from European Cross Stitch. I don't know if they've been sent. I don't know if you get a shipping notification or anything when they have been sent. So if anyone has any experience with European Cross Stitch, can you tell me if they tell me when it's going to be sent and that sort of thing, and generally how long it takes to get the package. Not that I need the material packs right now, but I will probably start one when they arrive, because I am a serial starter and I won't be able to help myself. I mean, I still need to buy the DMCs for them, but I will do that once I have the material packs. Because with Water Garden, I ordered the materials from so and so, and it was that thing where you add all the materials to the basket. And because there was a DMC conversion of the MPI silk, so and so sent me both the MPI silk and the DMCs. So that was useful. So now I have both. So yay, extra DMCs. And yes, Heaven and Earth design patterns. I, like a million other people, a Game of Thrones fan, so obviously when the map of Westeros came up, I could not resist that. So here is a picture of that. Ideally, I would like a version of the map that hasn't got the top and bottom cut off, but I believe there were restrictions in the program that made the pattern, so that is better than nothing. I probably won't stitch that one for quite a long while. And please don't give me any spoilers. I'm on book 4, and I've only watched 2 seasons of the show because I wanted to finish the book first. And the other Heaven and Earth design pattern I got is called Supersize Alphabet of Fawns. It was actually briefly given away as a freebie in one of the Heaven and Earth design groups. I think it was in the Supersize group, but it is no longer available as a freebie, but it is still a paid pattern, I believe. Or at least I think it's a paid pattern in the regular size. But it's called Alphabet of Fawns. I think I already said that, I don't remember. And here is a picture. I also bought another Heaven and Earth design, but that is also one of my new starts, so I will show you that when I show you the new start. So yes, I got 3 Heaven and Earth designs and the Chatelaine kits this month, and that is it. So what should I show you next? I shall show you my finishes. The first finish is the fish by Mouseloft. Let me show you where it was last time you saw it. And here is the finished design. Once I actually picked it up again, it only took me a couple of days to finish. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to make this into yet. Probably a pincushion or something like that, just because it's so small. Yeah, I will figure out something to do. So this is Fish by Mouseloft. It's stitch 2/1 on 14 count Ada. Also, if you notice my voice got louder, I realised that my headphone microphones were turned down. So sorry if the bits before were a bit quiet. The next finish is my needlebook, which is one of my FFOs. I finished the stitching, and then I made it into a needlebook and gave it to my sister for Christmas. So she got it 6 months late, but that's okay. She still appreciated it, even though she said it was wonky, because my sewing skills leave much to be desired. But I think she was grateful anyway, even though it was wonky. So first I'm going to show you what it looked like when you guys last saw it. So that was back in January, which shows you when I last worked on that. And then I will show you a picture of the finished stitching, and I will also show you what it looks like as a fully finished object and FFO. Firstly, I just want to say that soluble canvas is the weirdest material I've ever worked with. It was firstly stitching through felt and soluble canvas was a bizarre experience. It's nothing like Ada or linen or even weave, because there's no holes. You have to and I think it killed off one of my poor needles stitching through felt. But soluble canvas, when you wash it, you wash it in warm water, and it kind of just melts off, and it was so slimy, and I was really worried it wouldn't come off the stitching, and it did eventually. It took a lot of washing. Yeah. Let me show you Let me show you a picture of the finished stitching, and then there will also be a picture of the fully finished object. I can talk, really. As you can see, it is a little bit wonky, but I still like it. The instructions said to glue the felt together, but it didn't work. So I stitched around the edge of the blue felt with red thread onto the red felt. It looks a little bit more handmade and wonky because of that, but you know. And also, that felt was a nightmare to cut with scissors. It just went horribly pear-shaped, so it went even more wonky than it would have done if the felt had actually cut properly. But I like it, so that's all that matters, right? And my sister likes it too. My next finish is a birthday card, and it's a new start and a finish and a FFO as well. It's called Kokeshi Card Kit, and it was a free kit with one of the Cross Stitcher magazines from last year. My nan gave me a bunch of the free kits, so like the needle book was one of them, and so is the card kit. So here is a picture of the fully finished object, because I don't have a this is where I was stitching before picture to show you. I finished that in a couple of days. I'm really quite pleased. It was really nice to stitch something that was so simple and easy and a bit mindless. And I think I will be making more cards in the future, but only for really special occasions, because it does take a while, longer than ordering a card from Moonteg does anyway. But it was fun, and I really like how it came out, and I love the ribbon. That was they said to glue that on, and I stitched it on because I was like, no, it'll fall off if I glue it on. So it is stitched on. But I'm really pleased with that. So that is Kokeshi Card Kit from Cross Stitch magazine, and the designer is Sarah Cookland. I just had to check my document. And I have one more finish slash FFO, and this is relatively, compared to those three, it's a bigger finish. I decided I wanted to do a stitch for my stepmother, so that she had something to let her know that I was thinking of her while all the rubbish is going on with her. And the design I chose, I should have grabbed the little leaflet, was Love You to the Moon by Waxing Moon Designs. And this is my first project where I have used hand-dyed variegated thread. I've started other projects that use hand-dyed variegated thread, but I have not actually used the hand-dyed variegated thread yet. So this is the first project, and I have to say I am in love with hand-dyed and variegated thread, even the really subtly variegated. Because even the really subtly variegated threads, I could tell when I was stitching that they were variegated, and I was like, I'm in so love with the colours. Yeah, I got really excited about the colour changes, and I keep showing anyone who would look at it, look, this is the same thread, it's lots of different colours. Yeah, I'm easily amused. And they were Crescent Colours / Classic Colourworks threads. I believe that they are sort of the same company. I'm not really sure 100%, but it's yeah, I think they're sort of the same company. I think one was overtaken by the other, and they have exactly the same colours. Their labels are very similar, except one has a stamp on them and one doesn't. I should have also had them to show you, but I don't. They are in a box in my new storage. I will talk about that a bit later. What was I talking about? Yes, Love You to the Moon. I finished it, and I'm going to again show you a picture of the finished stitching. So here's that. There is a mistake in there in the lettering, but it doesn't look like it, so I'm not telling you where it is, and I left it because it would have involved unpicking everything, and I didn't want to do that. But it looks fine, doesn't it? I also picked my own button. The one on the actual kit is a round moon with a smiley face. Not kit. The one on the chart. But it's a special order button from Waxing Moon Designs itself, and I thought, nah, I'm not going to do that. So I ordered just another button company moon. I ordered one in white and one in blue, and I wasn't sure which one to use, so I divvied for ages, and eventually I settled on the white, and I settled on the moon facing that way, and it was a really hard decision to where to put, which way around to put that button, what colour the button should be. But you know, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. And then I was going to make a no-sew cube. Thank you to Tara C and Carolyn Matteo for their little tutorials. Little, you know what I mean. But I could not find any polystyrene anywhere. There was none anywhere. There was some. I found some floral foam, but it wasn't big enough, and so I decided to frame it. And I decided that I would customize the mat myself. I used silver marker to draw some stars and little swirly bits. They are wobbly and wonky because my hands don't know how to write anymore, it seems, but they still look fine, and you can't really tell that I really struggled. But I really like how it turned out. So here is a picture of the FFO. I'm going to stop saying finish, and I will learn to say FFO, I promise. So those are my 4 finishes for the month. I'm really quite pleased with how much I got to do. I was able to do on those, and I also have 3 new starts left to show you, and I did a little bit of work on one of my WIPs that I showed you last month. So let me show you that one first. So this one is Time for Tea, and it's by Little Dove Designs, and here is what it looked like when I last showed you. And here is what it looks like now. Yes, I know, I can't even see. I only have one of the little teapots, teacups, etc. done. But it's so cute, right? I hope you can see that. Yes, you can. This is a project I'm doing to give me a break from other projects, and I really love it. So I don't want to rush through it and, you know, have finished it and then I'd be sad because it would be finished. So I'm taking it one piece of, what's the word? Not cutlery. Crockery? One piece of crockery at a time. And when I need to have a relaxing, not very intensive stitching day, this is what I will work on. So that one is ongoing. This is by Little Dove Designs, and it's on hand dyed 32 counts linen, and this is Melody by Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. It is a lot more colourful. See, it's colourful. It's got yellow and pink and purple and peachy colour. So yeah, that's that one. So that's work in progress number 1. And then I don't know if I said last month, I don't know if I actually bought this Heaven and Earth design last month when I showed you. I can't remember. But I'm doing a memorial piece for my best friend's mother, and I think I showed you it last month, but I hadn't started it. I'll show you again anyway. And together we picked out a Heaven and Earth design, and it is called Mini Lily of the Valley by Rachel Anderson. And here is a picture of what it will look like when it's completed. And here's what it looks like at the moment. Actually, I've got quite a bit done on this. It doesn't look like that much, but can you see it? Not too much in shadow. So that's page 1 kind of ends there, and I've gone on to page 2. I'm kind of just following colours around. There's a lot of green in this piece, as is to be expected by the picture you just saw. That is, I think that's 5 colours. So this one, compared to my other 2 Heaven and Earth designs, it has a lot less confetti, and I think that's the reason, part of the reason it's stitching up a bit quicker. This is on 25 count Lugana, and it's stitched 2/1. I did debate doing it 1/1. I just can't get. I just don't like the coverage of 1/1 personally. I know lots of people do, but I like it more covered. It's a little bit bulky in confetti heavy areas. It was getting a bit bulky in here, but generally it's really nice to stitch. So I haven't worked on this one for a few days now, but when I get back to it, I shall try and fill in this bit here and start working on the rest of this page here, because there's more green, more of this colour to go, but it's not as solid block. It's like a thin thing going out there. I mean, if you can see, that's a flower. That's another flower. That's a flower. So that's fun. I can see the outlines of flowers. So that's mini Lily of the Valley. I think it will come out to about here. So it's not going to be huge. This fabric is way too big for it. But it would be nice to have an Earth design finished, because it will be finished. It only has 9 pages, and quite a few of them are partial pages, I believe. 5 of them are partial, but the 3 at the bottom are partial in that they have a couple of rows missing from the bottom, whereas the ones along the side have like quite a bit of page missing, I believe. I can't remember. I'll have to look at it. My other Heaven and Earth designs are going on hold until this one's done, because this one is important and I want to get it and get it framed for my friend. I am thinking it's probably not for a few months, because although this is about 5 days work, so I'm quite 5 or 6 days work, so that's not too bad. So I'm hoping to get this done by Christmas. Don't hold me to that, okay guys, because you know what I'm like. I get distracted by shiny things. But this is important. This is an important project. I cannot get distracted by shiny things. I will work on this every month. I'm thinking about sending it off to someone like Passifloral to get a custom mat done, because it's such an important piece, and I think it would just add something to have a hand painted mat. And I don't mean one of my wonky hand drawn mats. I mean, if I was my usual self, I would possibly try and do it myself because I love drawing and I love what is the word? Still life and stuff. But at the moment there is no way I can get the caliber that I would want to give in a gift that is that important to my friend. I mean, hopefully it's something that she'll be able to treasure for years and years and years. So I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So yeah, that is my tentative plan. And I mean, Mrs. Milky Bar Kid sent hers off to Fast Floor, and it looked absolutely beautiful when it was done. And I would like that. I think it'd be really cool. I would fret because I always fret about postal services. Hence why I'm fretting about my packages from European Cross Stitch, even if though they probably haven't been shipped yet. I will fret until they arrive because I worry. The next new start is actually a restart. I don't know if you guys remember this. It's been a while. So this is Dare to Dream. It's by Joan Elliott. And I was just unhappy with the quality of the piece I was doing. I mean, I started it when I was 13 or so, and on 14 count Ada, and it was covered in age spots because it was just shoved in a cupboard for years, and the stitching was really messy, and I just looked at it and I was like, no, I can't. So I've restarted. I have converted the colours to DMC. They don't all exactly match, but they are close enough and they will look great together. And I am stitching it on 28 count opalescent cashel linen. Yes. In Looking Glass by Under the Sea Fabrics. And I only worked on this for a couple of hours, and then I had 2 days of feeling so exhausted I just curled up in bed watching Orange is the New Black. So I haven't got very much of this done. But that is my little tiny start on that. It's sparkly. You can't see this. Yes, you can sort of see the sparkles. It's a very pale blue, and there is a tiny bit of mottled darker grey blue colour. So I just thought I'd start on the string in the dream catcher because why not? And I'm looking at this and realizing that that is not in the middle of my fabric. Yes, it is. I don't know. I'm confused. It's fine. It'll be fine. It will fit. It will fit. It'll be fine. I sort of was motivated to start it this past weekend because of the fact that Joan Elliott was in a accident and there was a lot of get well posts and stuff going around. So I was like, I should restart that because it's a Joan Elliott. So it's also a Design Works kit, but now I'm used to using the pattern, and I'm pleased with how it's coming out so far. I like it much more than the original that I was doing. I love the pattern. I just couldn't get behind the fabric and the messiness of my preteen stitching. So that's that. And the last new start slash WIP I have to show you is this one. Okay. Yes, this is my third Mirabilia. I got 3 Heaven and Earth designs on the go, and I have 3 Mirabilias. This is Emerald Mermaid. Da, da, da. And for some reason, I've decided that this Emerald Mermaid should be stitched 1/1. So that means every stitch in this pattern I am converting to 4 stitches. And I'm also adding in extra stitches to smooth out lines and stuff, because this pattern actually has no half stitches, not half stitches, no fractional stitches. And it relies on the back stitching to make it smooth lines. But as I was doing 1/1, I thought, you know what, I shall add stitches in and make it more smooth with the stitches. And so I'm fiddling around, and I've only worked 1 day on it, and it's going to take me forever. And I need to buy different Krennic because the number 4 braid is going to be too thick, so I'm going to have to buy some blending filament, I think. But yes, so I bought Jessie Marie Does Stuff suggested I get even weave for it instead of linen, because if I'm stitching 1/1 I want all my stitches to be the same size, so I had done that. I bought 32 counts, which way up is this? Oh, 32 counts Sky Blue Ada, not Ada, even weave from Zweigart. Ada. Yeah, this is even weave, not Ada. And this is my start. I cannot see what I'm showing you. Can you see? Yes, I'm stitching 1/1. So for every stitch on the chart there are 4 little stitches. And it's taking a while, but I love how it looks. And I've discovered I love stitching 1/1 on 32 count. And I have decided my next Heaven and Earth design, when I start that, will be 1/1 on 32 count, because I really like it. I don't know why. I just love the tiny stitches. So yeah, I will probably go back stitching on stitching on the Joan Elliott and be like, these stitches are huge. Oh my god. But yeah. So that is what I'm doing. I'm probably slightly mad for attempting that, but I don't care. It'll be fun. So those are the 4 WIPs I'm going to be working on this month, I think. If I'm honest, the Dreamcatcher probably get put aside again. Poor Dreamcatcher. But my Heaven and Earth design and my Mirabilia are going to definitely be worked on. I met my goal last month. I had a goal to finish some stuff, and I finished some stuff, so I'm pleased. My goal this month is not to finish anything. I just want to maybe get a page finish on my Heaven and Earth. That might be the goal this month. Is a page finish on Mini Lily of the Valley. I can never remember its name. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. I was gonna mention my new storage. Okay, you're gonna have to excuse the mess. So I'm going to rotate you over there. You see that owl box? There. That box there has my my fabric stash. So there is the leftover blue spruce fabric from Love You to the Moon. I forgot to tell you it's stitched on. That's what it's stitched on. 28 count. So I got linen, even weave. I don't know. It's stitched on 28 count something in blue spruce. So, and I had to get a giant piece. So there's loads left of that. The original fabric for Emerald Mermaid, which so and so called for, was it's water lily, but it was way too pale green. Is in there. I have some more of that 28 count white even weave that the crane is stitched on, and I have a packet of antique white even weave in this from MGM's, you know, the textiles place, and I have a packet of 18 count Ada in there as well. And then I also, in there, I have a little box, like a clear plastic box, and I have my very meagre collection of specialty threads, i.e. the 4 Crescent Colourworks Crescent Colours / Classic Colourworks threads in there, plus a Gentle Art sample thread that I bought to replace one of the Classic Colourworks threads that didn't arrive, and then they both arrived on the same day. And they are in flossaway bags because I decided I didn't want to bobbinate them. So they're in flossaway bags in a little box inside that box. And then I also, I don't know what I was going to say. I haven't done anything else. So yes, I thought I better separate my fabric stash and specialty thread stash from the other storage boxes, one of which has my active WIPs in, and one of which has kits and patterns I want to get to at some point. So yeah, sorry about the mess over there. You just saw my one of my bookcases. I have 4 of those, and they're double stacked. And then there's a pile of books on there. There are George Martin, and there are one of my PhD books, my Kindle, and 3 omnibuses of Hanakimi, because I like to read manga. Actually, that bookcase is mostly manga. I'm going to stop rambling now because this video is probably run really long. Do I have anything else to tell you before I go? Oh yeah, I'm stealing the idea from Coffee Stitcher. I will link his video down below. He just did a Stitchiversary video, and he is celebrating his Stitchiversary on the anniversary of his first proper finish. Do you know when my anniversary for my first proper finish is? It is on the 7th of July, which is next week. Then next week I am going to do a Stitchiversary video. I am going to go through all of my finishes that I have done this year, and I will be bringing out all of my WIPs, and I will be showing you guys them because, to be honest, some haven't seen the light of day since like November or December. So it will do me good to pull them out, and it will do you guys, when I talk about them, you've probably forgotten what they are. So I will bring all those out, and I will do a little Stitchiversary video. It will probably be really long. I lie. Yes, I am shamelessly stealing the idea from Coffee Stitcher. So thank you for that, Garrett. And I believe that is it. Thank you so much to all of my subscribers and everyone who comments and likes my videos. I love all of you guys, and I will see you in a week to do my Stitchiversary video. So until then, happy stitching.